Hello, neighbors, and welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm Squealer D, and I am back again. And this time, neighbors, we are back with Amy Maryon, and she is making food and having fun. Let us do some commentary. I've already done the editing. I have cut her video down from an hour and a half or an hour and 50 minutes, whatever it was, to just 22 minutes. So let us check out this edit and see what she is up to.
Hey guys, hope you're having a great start to your day today. I am outside. I decided to come outside and do a little morning filming. I'm like, it's awful quiet. And I walked outside and our sprinklers were like, anyways.
Amy, invest in a fog cloth for your camera. You are a vlogger. You use a camera. Wipe your camera lens with a fog cloth so it doesn't fog up all the time in your high humidity. Thank you.
Happy morning to you. I hope that your day is going well. My morning is going great. I got up, went upstairs to my office.
Your hair is awfully shiny today, Amy.
For a little bit. I have been this week coming out and swimming every morning in the pool.
Swimming does not equal bath for you or your children, Amy.
Like, that is like a great thing to do. It's like I love being outside, the sunshine, love being in the pool, and during the
Make sure you're using sunblock, Amy. Your face is aging extremely fast here in Florida.
day, like it's busy and I don't get to get out during the day. So usually morning early, before the sun is even up over the pool, it's like, and then nighttime, we've been able to come out and swim. So it's been a good week.
Even when you can't see the sun, the rays can see you, Amy, and damage your skin, okay?
We've had a busy week. I filmed like an extra video so I wouldn't have to film so much to do school this week. So that was really good. Keep wiping my camera up.
You read to your children and you wait until you tell us all about school and how you don't school. So I don't think you really need to take time off filming for school, Amy.
It's been a success. It's only been like 3 days. It's been 3 whole days, but like successful full 3 days, which has been good. So I feel like getting my scheduling, getting my timing, that's always a good thing to do. So feeling a lot better. Some years are easier than others. Sometimes you have one that deals with, certain learning issues, and so you have to invest the amount of time that you have to do for school is so minimal compared to what they're at like public school.
So you just said you have a child with learning disabilities. Some of them have hard time learning, and they need less time than if they went to public school. Amy, your children are not going to learn without repetition. If you don't keep showing it to them, they will not learn it. You cannot learn everything overnight, no matter what you think. Go and look it up.
So just like today is going great. So today I didn't start out in the pool swimming.
She said today is going great 3 times already. Mind you, she sits out here and talks for 15 minutes during this video. We've obviously cut it down. Nobody can handle that twice.
Because we have plans to go out today. So I've been trying to do the fun thing last week. And so this week's activities is going to be boogie boarding. Because we bought...
This week's activity is not boogie boarding. You're a liar. Boogie boarding was for Steven's birthday, but you didn't go because you didn't want to go to the beach.
Those boogie boards for Steven's birthday, we did not get to. We're going to do that today. So we're going to see. Brooklyn has to work.
So it's not an adventure. It was for Steven's birthday, but he didn't get to go because you never do what your children want.
I think she's going to let me know, and then we'll decide what time we go. So I didn't want to swim because I want to get my day rolling early so that the afternoon is free. So I'm going to start making my dinner and my food for the day now.
She's going to heat up the hamburgers right now rather than cook them later, when they're fresh.
Just because I haven't been, and then we do school, and while we're doing school, they're eating leftovers, and then I usually, when I'm finished with school, is when I've been whipping up dinner for the afternoon, but today I want to get dinner our day.
Yesterday, she made her dinner at 2:39 p.m., but she's been waiting till later. Amy, stop lying. We watch you. We watch you.
Then we're going to go head out. I'll bring you along. We'll try our boogie boards out, and just looking for it.
Remember, she bought the $7 boogie boards, guys. Those boogie boards, broken.
To a good day out, sunny, hot. It's much cooler. The temperature. I upped the temperature in the house, so that's how I'm going to be doing it. We have our house set at 73. I don't know what everybody puts their temperature at. I feel like 73 is that cools the house really well. And anything less, it's like it's really cold. And so our air conditioner runs all the time. I know, as everybody else's does here. Like we were talking to our neighbors, we've been reading on.
Why do you always worry about what other people are doing and what their temperature is and what their house is doing? Amy, worry about yourself. Just for once, worry about you and your family and stop comparing yourself. Try to fix Amy. How about that? Don't compare yourself. Don't say, it's okay because they do this. No, just fix Amy.
The community places, and they're definitely cool. Cool, very comfortable. So that, I got to up it 1 more degree last night. I'm like, okay, let's see how that goes. So today I'm going to go inside right now. I got my cup of coffee here, and I'm going to start making, I'm not going to do breakfast because they're not huge breakfast. Nobody wants breakfast. They make eggs. There is bagels. We made a smoothie during school, but for lunch, I'm going to make chicken noodle soup, and chicken wraps. That's great. And so I will do the chicken noodle soup. I'm going to do more like a Mrs. Grass. Anybody else grow up with that, Mrs. Grass? Okay, with a little, looks like a grape filled with bouillon in there. Delicious. But my kids don't love chicken chunks. They're more about the noodles, I know, in the broth.
She's going to make them chicken noodle soup, and they don't like chicken.
Yeah, good carbs, right? That's the beige diet. So we'll have a lunch today.
You know what they really want is ramen noodles, not Amy's homemade, whatever she pulled out of her U-Haul trucks that set in 115-degree heat for 2 weeks. Not those. They actually just want ramen, like top ramen, Amy.
And then dinner, I'm going to do walking tacos. I know, staple, easy.
How many times have you guys had walking tacos in the last month, Amy?
Everybody loves it. So I'm like, I'm going to get all that done now. So I'll go in there, cook my meat, and I got to get out refried beans.
You told us Brooklyn made walking tacos, and then you made walking tacos, and now you're making walking tacos again. Your children are going to turn into a walking taco. It's no wonder you and Greg look the way you look.
Look for my refried beans. It's like, I don't think it's in the freezer. I think it's inside. So I need to look for refried beans. I'll probably do some rice even in there, and then lettuce. We have cheese and salsa. I'll probably cut up a few onions, maybe. Onions and tomato. Yeah, and then the Doritos. Easy. So that is going to...
She'll squish those Doritos so nobody can enjoy them, but she'll have whole Doritos on her lunch plates.
Be my food for the day. Do I do any desserts? We still have a lot of ice cream. We have a lot of ice cream from the first time I got it, and I was like, oh, that's still in there. So maybe we'll love it. Love the sunshine. So I hope your morning is going well.
There you go. 4 times. Hope your morning is going well.
Hope it goes good this morning. Maybe make a list of things you can do. And if you can't, you know what? My list this week has accumulated, and I had to take one day this week and get it all done without filming because I didn't have time because I had different priorities this week. So do the minimum if that's what you have to do in your home. For me, I even went to my house yesterday, and I was like, it was like 6 o'clock at night, and there's a whole bunch of laundry sitting on the ottoman in the living room. There's like, the table was filled with school books everywhere, and I was like, are we ever going to clean this up? Are we ever going to put this away? The kitchen had all my food out.
Literally, Amy, your channel is about home and faith and family and cooking. Are you ever going to clean it up? Ever?
And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, it wasn't like dirty food, but it was like the crock pots we used, and they were sitting out drying. And then you just do what you can do, whatever it is. And don't stress, don't worry. Tomorrow's a new day, so let's just focus on today and what you have to do right now. I always tell everybody when they get overwhelmed, I do it for myself. When I get overwhelmed, because yes, I can get overwhelmed too, I say, okay, what is it I need to do for the next 3 hours? And that's it. Focus on the next 3 hours. What is my most important thing to do in 3 hours?
What do you have in your life that is so difficult? Amy, you film your day as a housewife. You homeschool your children. You do not interact with anybody outside of your house. What is so hard and miserable about your day? You give advice like your life is miserable. What is so bad about your life? Shut up. Enjoy being home with your children in a beautiful $650,000 house. Clean up your house. Help your husband lose some weight. Exercise so your arms aren't so flabby. Take care of yourself. Stop complaining. The advice that you should be giving is just what you should be doing, Amy. Stop sitting here acting like the world is ending and actually do something to make your situation better. You're not. You're making it worse. Every day your videos are getting less and less views. Every day your body is getting saggier and saggier. Go for a walk. Do you not remember how you used to feel when you worked out all the time? When you would take those walks up on the mountain at the park with the children? Go and do that again. You're letting Greg drag you down. Greg is huge. You've already lost your weight once, Amy. Don't gain it back again. You're 50. Stop what you're doing right now. Stop with the Starbucks. You don't deserve a reward. Look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror really hard. Your body does not deserve a Starbucks reward. You need to get your butt in gear and get to the gym. First, start walking, and then take yourself to the local gym and get fit. And then maybe you'll have something to talk about in your videos.
And then do that. And then whatever you can get done in 3 hours, awesome. Then at that time, go, what do I do for my next 3 hours? And just focus your...
This is a lady who spends all day at home with her children complaining about getting by 3 hours at a time. Lady, your kids are all 12 and over. You have a pool in your backyard. Why don't you start enjoying life for a change?
Time for your day like that. And then by the time it's 7, 8 o'clock at night, your part. I like using just what is right here. So I am going to have 1 pot for my soup, 1 for my...
She talked for 5 minutes again about having a microwave. I cut all of that out. Amy, nobody cares. If you don't want a microwave, don't use a microwave. You know what would be nice? If you actually cooked food. We don't care if you cook it in a microwave. We don't care if you cook it in a pot outside by your pool on a little fire made of twigs. We don't care what you cook the food on. Actually cook some food for your children. Walking tacos 4 times a month is not food. You're crushing up Doritos as a dinner for your children. Think things through.
Refried beans because they're frozen solid.
They're not refried beans. They're called pureed beans. You took pinto beans and you pureed them. That is not what a refried bean is. This is a cooking channel and you still don't understand refried beans.
And then my meat. So let me get mine.
I'll tell you why. It's because you are a racist and you don't want to understand anything that isn't from your culture or what you know. You won't even properly learn how to pronounce a word because it's not your culture. Because you are a racist. You'll use the food. You'll eat it up. It's good. It's delicious. But will you learn anything about it? Will you respect it? Heck no.
Refried beans. Yay, first try. Turn on the right burner.
How do you still not know how to use this oven after all this time, Amy? Come on. This is a cooking channel and you still can't use your oven.
I'm going to put these here and let these heat up.
You guys, she used 1 bag of that hamburger meat. She put in 1 of that sack. It was maybe a pound, a little over a pound for a family of 8. This woman is feeding her children and her husband the most low protein diet on the internet. Did you know, Amy, that low protein diets lead to deficiencies in your children? You can actually be causing them mental deficiencies. The reason that they could be having a hard time, you always talk about them having a hard time reading or whatever, it could be from their low protein diet. You are not feeding your children enough protein. 1 pound of hamburger meat for 8 people is not enough for dinner. You're not. That's why they eat everything in the house, because they're searching for protein. They're going to eat everything because they need meat.
This is going to be my soup. So again, I was like, if this soup was for me, I'm pretty sure I have a recipe in my cookbook of how I'd make it. I'd be cutting up the onions, I'd be cutting up the carrots and the celery, making this wonderful, delicious.
So if she was making it for her, she would make it wonderfully delicious. But since it's for the kids, let's just throw in a bunch of fragments.
Chicken soup right here. These are frozen salads. Let me turn this on.
These are the frozen solid chicken soups that probably have way too much sodium.
So I'm just going to pop these in here. This has chicken in it. I feel like did I make this here?
You're closing it as you open it and you watch. Sliding your hand around, closing it.
Here on the mountain, but no, I wouldn't have brought this because it would
They
have
just pop open in.
So I made this. It's got little chicken pieces in it.
She said they don't like the little chicken pieces, but here she is sticking little chicken pieces. You can see them. Those are little chicken pieces that her kids don't like.
See, this is going to be right. This all has pieces of chicken in it. So that's going to work out really good. Okay, then I went to my pasta cupboard. I'm going to add chicken bouillon.
She has no problem exploiting her children so that people will view her with her 10 children, big family cooking, big mama life. She has no problem exploiting her children, but make something that they enjoy to eat. Puh.
Refill this in there and put my frozen stuff in there, like peas and carrots.
That is not enough vegetables for 8 people. That is supposed to be lunch for your children. Your children are not eating a nutrient-dense diet. They are eating processed crap, Amy. You are killing your children. You are literally killing them. They are going to die early of a stroke or a heart attack because you feed them high sodium, all the trans fats, all of them. You feed every trans fat in the world to your children.
Not too much, and I have a bunch of corn from dinner. Put some of that in there.
You have a bunch of corn from dinner because they didn't eat it at dinner time, Amy. You think that they want it in their soup?
Just like corn. And that's going to be my veggies.
Corn is not a good veggie for a child. That is not veggies, eating veggies. Corn, if you're on a diet, Amy, you don't eat corn. You know why? Because it's full of sugar. Corn is not a good veggie for your children. It's something that you'll feed them because you're a cheapskate and you don't care about their nutrition.
Yeah, they're wrong. Okay. Is it Sopa? It's like Defio.
You're just an educator. Of course you don't know how to pronounce it. You're just a cooking channel. Of course you don't know what you're talking about.
Fido. Is it wait, F-I-D-E-O?
Yeah, it's Fido, like the dog, Amy. Rough, just like you and your husband.
Oh, Fido pasta? I don't know. I found a huge bag at the discount store and I used it forever. Forever. It was like...
Amy is going to go broke trying to eat
$3
without that discount store. That discount store was the only reason that these people had food. Shopping the way that Amy shops, these guys are going to go hungry soon.
And I feel like I just was like, oh, I'm going to make soup, And then I obviously must have used it up. So I'm like, what do? Do you remember the time I made SpaghettiOs? That was good. I saw pasta from that, and that is...
The pasta from the SpaghettiOs was 7 months ago, Amy. So these SpaghettiOs sat in your cupboard in North Carolina for 7 months, and then they trekked down from North Carolina in a U-Haul truck like a Beverly Hillbilly, and then it sat in the U-Haul truck in 120-degree weather, the hottest weather Florida had ever seen. For 2 weeks it sat there, and now your kids are going to eat it later today. Cool.
So we made some noodle pasta salad with this.
They didn't like it, Amy. You told us last time.
Really, really good. So I'm going to boil it because it takes some time to boil. So I got a separate one. I was just going to add it in here, but sometimes it makes it gummy. I don't know how these noodles will react.
If you're going to cook it all day, why does it matter if you cook it first? Just throw them in there, Amy, and let it sit all day like we know you're going to do.
Because I have to cook longer. So those noodles take a while to get cooked. I feel like it's like 15 minutes. So I'm going to just keep checking it to see. I know when they sit in the liquid, they'll expand and get bigger. So here I just added my homemade taco seasoning to it, and I think my kids love flatbread tacos where we have the like chili beans or pinto beans in the mixture. So I'm thinking always good to stretch things. Like there will be a lot of us eating this, and we do.
There is not enough protein in those beans to use it to stretch your meat, Amy. 1 pound of meat is not enough for a family of 8 at all. 16 ounces of meat. Each person should be eating 3.5 ounces of meat per day at minimum, right? That means that your family needs over 2 pounds of meat. You're not getting enough meat, Amy. Your children are not getting enough meat. You should have no leftovers, but you will have leftovers, we know.
Refried beans too, but I'm thinking, let me add a can of, this is mixed chili beans. Mixed chili beans, just to kind of stretch that meat a little bit. It tastes good, everybody likes it. It's not like it's a bad thing. That's a great way to kind of stretch your meat if you ever have to. I was just looking at it going, okay, we do love my refried beans and my meat.
They're not refried beans. They're called pureed pinto beans.
It's pretty much done, so I'm just going to let these cool, and then I will let these cool, put those in the containers, put them in the,
Okay, hold on, Amy. Amy, hold on. I'm so confused. And this is where a lot of your viewers get confused. So let's break this down. You woke up this morning. You took frozen, pureed beans out of the freezer because you cooked those before, right? You took frozen meat out of the freezer and you heated those up in a pan. And we're going to make walking tacos tonight. So it is about 11 in the morning and you have cooked beans. They're hot. You have cooked meat. It's hot. But the walking tacos aren't till tonight. So you're going to put them hot in a dish, and then you're going to put them in the refrigerator, and they're going to cool down again. And then for dinner, you're going to reheat them again. Amy, why? Why would you heat them up right now? You're not going to eat them for 11 hours. You could have took them out of the freezer, let them unthaw. That's what you say, right? Unthaw, meaning like thaw. So you're going to let them unthaw all day from your refrigerator. And why are you heating them up right now? Why did you heat them up? I just don't get it. Are you going to make the kids heat them up separately in their dish when they eat? Are you guys all going to eat together and you're going to heat them up at once in the microwave? Like, please break this down for us. This is a conundrum because I'm really confused. You're heating them up at 11 o'clock in the morning. You said you're going to put them in dishes and put them back in your refrigerator. And then what? Are you going to eat them cold? Are you going to heat them up? How are you going to heat them up? Let us know, Amy, because this is absurd. You're wasting energy just to heat them up right now. They don't need to be heated. Just thaw them out and heat them up for dinner. If you don't want to heat them up for dinner, guess what? You have your kids heat them up for dinner. They'll be thawed by then, right? Try to make it make sense for us, Amy. If you can make it make sense for me, I'll leave a nice comment in your comments.
Later, and then we'll bring it out later tonight. 2 cups of rice.
That's what she said. And then we'll bring it out later tonight. Bring it out and do what with it? Eat it cold? Are you making your children eat cold dinner?
We always make more than we need. But is there ever too much? Can I have like 3 cups of rice?
Amy, you are a cooking channel. Buy a rice cooker. They're $20 at Walmart. They're $20 on Amazon. They're $20. You plug it in, you pick high, you pick low. It's a rice cooker. You pick warm, you pick cook. Get a rice cooker. Please buy a rice cooker. I am so sick of seeing your wet, disgusting rice. You are a cooking channel, and your kids have to suffer through your wet rice. Please stop. Please. Rice cooker. Barb, buy her a rice cooker.
We eat it, right? Somebody will eat it. If I put enough good flavoring, kids like it. So let me add some water here. I'm going to add tomato bouillon. This is tomato chicken bouillon. Oh, you know what? I've got that.
Make sure you add a whole bunch of sodium to the rice, Amy, because everything else in your kitchen isn't high enough sodium. Like that full sugar Pepsi back there, you couldn't get the diet. You had to get full sugar. You're going hard. I'm really starting to wonder if you have life insurance on your children and your husband. Heart attacks are easy to come by when you eat sodium like Amy does.
I always forget. Hold on. Stuff. Remember the Saison? This was really good. I feel like
more sodium.
Now these will probably cook a little bit longer in here, which is okay because it's not lunchtime.
So she cooked them, and now they're going to cook longer because it's not lunchtime yet. Amy, you insist on making everything those kids eat in as gross as you can get it, don't you?
But it's going to remind me of the chicken noodle o soup.
Chicken noodle o soup. I bet your kids are going to love this. Salt galore.
Campbell's. So that's like already, that's already kind of thick. So.
And it's not healthy, Amy. Nothing in this is healthy. Those noodles, not healthy. The chicken and all the seasoning, salt, that's not healthy. There's no vegetables in this. This is not healthy.
It's going to be a heartier noodle soup. I like that. So I'll just let this.
And you said your children don't want it heartier, but you like that. As long as you like it, who cares if they like it? It's not like it's healthy. Can't they have something that tastes good?
Sit. And then it'll absorb it.
You're 50 years old and you're overweight. You should really watch your sodium, and you should watch your husband's sodium.
Chicken noodle soup done, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm taking a break from my day and coming outside real quick to check on Greg. He's outside. Been working on our pool. You know, we got all of our pool tile done, so he's been.
They keep saying it's done, but then in each video, he's always working on it.
Finishing up around the corners and getting those ends over there in the middle done, which is awesome. So we got something for our pool, which is really good. Here's Greg.
So here we go, guys. She's going to sell you something else. Are you guys ready to buy another one of her contraptions? I didn't even look to see how much this one costs, because how many of us actually have a pool? Amy, stop spending 20 minutes in the middle of your video for a commercial for your pool cleaner. We know that all you do is grift for free stuff on the internet. Please keep the commercials at the end or at the beginning where we have the option to watch them, okay? We know you're going to sell stupid stuff that doesn't apply to any of us, but please try to be respectful of your watchers. Like, your viewers are why you have a house, Amy. They pay your rent, literally.
What are you doing over here, Miss Amy?
There you are.
What are you doing over here, Miss Amy? Look at the titty sweat, guys. Look at the sweat. Greg, if you are not already on some type of hormone replacement therapy, you need to go get on some. I think in your 50s, if you're not already messing with your testosterone, it's time to mess with it. I think that you are getting gynecomastia, my friend. Those are the man titties. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or if you're not doing it on purpose, but they're coming in. You should probably get that under control unless that's what you're going for.
So cool. Love it.
I love to do it.
He's
yeah.
like, it's so relaxing.
Well, it's like
to
an
do.
evening time kind of thing, but here's the problem.
Yeah, there's a big problem with it.
the big problem is that for me, like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm new at the pool thing, right? So,
Right.
They're new at the pool thing, but they've had a pool in their yard for years. They had a pool in North Carolina. A pool is a pool. It's water. It's chlorinated or it's salted. Like, you're not new to it, you liar. You're a liar too. You and your wife are liars.
the vacuum that we have,
Yeah.
it goes on rollers.
Right.
Doesn't have any
You're just lazy and you've made your wife take care of the pool for the last couple years. Get it right, big boy.
brushes.
No.
But it's got little pads. And I'm assuming the reason is because when you move it over to like full power on the skimmer,
Okay.
it will literally suck your arm right up in the...
How great would it be to see Greg get sucked up into the pool filter or whatever he's talking about? I don't know. He's making this up. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. That
Right, which
It's
it
so
does. It's pretty
powerful.
powerful.
So you can't just use like like the old school ones that have like little brush heads or
Right.
whatever.
Greg, are there no larger shirts than that in Florida? I've only been to Florida once, and I thought they had a wide range of shirts, but you seem to only find little tiny children's shirts.
Got one,
Yeah.
and I use it, but you have to turn the power down.
Yeah,
You got to
otherwise
like
it
kind of
sucks
move
your
the valve
stuff.
over and get it just perfect, trying to
Yeah.
get it. And our walls are a big radius.
Right.
And it's probably a 1 foot radius at the bottoms.
Yeah.
So while I was doing all my tile and making a mess,
He sure is touching his lips a lot and touching his mouth, and Amy's been doing it a lot too. And he is an over-explainer. Greg, cut to the chase, man. Get to the point. You are the most boring man on earth. And your titties are starting to sweat a whole lot more. Just get to the point.
and doing all this, it's like we noticed when we first moved here that the algae wants to collect
In
on
the
those
corners.
radiuses, and then like my little dust and my powder
You should have checked the radiuses before you moved in, Grego.
and everything that I got
Sure.
over the bottom of the pool is collecting there too.
Right.
Yeah. Scratch that head of yours. I wonder how all that stuff got in the bottom of the pool. Why did you have to change the pool right now, Greg? Because you wanted to ruin the pool and ruin the kids' summer and ruin Amy's summer because you're a ruiner of things because you're not happy. Why aren't you happy, Greg? What are you missing? What is it that you're going without right now? Leave it in my comments. We're all interested to know.
And so, like,
So that when you're vacuuming, as enjoyable as it is,
It's not.
I mean, we're talking. Come on now.
it's
like, the
not.
sun's
You know
start-
why?
Listen,
Because the vacuum's it's like a house vacuum.
yeah, the sun's starting to go.
We know that you hate it if it's like a house vacuum, Amy. Amy doesn't do anything in her house.
Down. I'm out there. I'm like this on one leg, like doing a swan.
I don't
like,
think so.
Look at Greg. And then people wonder why Greg left Amy. I think right there is the picture of why Greg left Amy.
I don't think
doing
so.
like
I
a
feel like
vacuum, but it's only sucking an area this big at
it's
one
literally
time,
this big, so you got to do an entire pool.
and it's not scrubbing.
It's like in this other one we have. It's like rolled in, did okay, it picked up, but it still left. It didn't scrub it.
Yeah.
They stand out here and talk about this pool tool for about 20 minutes of an hour and a half vlog so that Amy could get paid for it twice. She does a sponsorship with the pool people. I think they're called Aper. And shame on them for letting her exploit her children and giving her money to do it. And she sponsors with them, so she gets paid from them. She gets a free pool tool. And then she puts a video up about it. You all watch it. We all watch it. And she gets paid every moment that gets watched. She gets paid from Google AdSense. So now she's getting paid 3 times. Win, win, win for her. And a boring, boring, boring video for her viewers because Amy cares about money, not her viewers. And now she has Greg helping her.
It didn't scrub. There was no scrub action to it.
And no walls.
Yeah, no wall climbing, which is insane to me. I mean, that's
Like, I guess I didn't think you clean a wall, so you still got to pull the
like who
vacuum
can
out.
make something as powerful to take this 30-pound thing
That runs by battery.
and drive it up
Up
the
a wall.
butt? So
Who could make it something so powerful, Greg? Maybe you're God.
we're like looking at the old technology and what
Yeah.
we had, and looking for something that really could just get those radiuses
really well to help so I don't have
Lo
to
and
come out and clean
behold,
it. We found one.
we found one.
And it's funny because
So she doesn't have to come out and clean it because Greg only cleans things and does things when he wants to.
the one that we got is that we first got a pool vacuum. It was by this company. It was Aper's company. It was small. They like did okay. And I'm like, wow, just if our other one, we've had it for so
I would never let Amy sponsor. I would never pick Amy I would never let be her sponsor ever She talks down on every single sponsorship she has.
Oh, long, probably 3 years. I mean, it takes forever to charge.
It does. It takes forever, but it was a tank.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had this thing forever.
It did, and it's lasted.
I
It's good.
swear by that thing because just because it's been like a member of the family for
Right,
3 years.
and it works, but
It's like a member of his family. Greg, you leave all your family. Where are all your grown children? We haven't seen her grown children since she ditched them.
you gotta like plug it in, and it takes like 6 to 7. I think it's like 6, 7
Takes a
hours.
long time.
So this one,
And it doesn't have any filter. I'm sorry to interrupt. It
No.
doesn't have any filtering. So
I'm sorry to interrupt. You guys interrupt each other constantly. You guys can't even let each other talk.
it's got a screen. A lot of pools are a lot easier to clean than ours because they're just a smooth, like plastic.
Right.
Where we have that pebble tech.
Yeah,
So
so-
the pebble tech is super durable.
But stuff
really good
gets
last.
in it.
But stuff gets in the pebbles.
they do, like that's where the mold, like,
You knew it was Pebble Tech before you bought the house, though, right, Greg?
I was like, when we moved, I was like, why is the pool like yucky around the corners?
Mm-hmm.
And like that is where all the
Because Greg didn't actually do an inspection of the house, Amy. That's why there was all that mold and all the broken tiles and all of that because all the things wrong with your house because Greg didn't actually do an inspection.
mold like
Yeah.
sticks in there.
And we do have a really cool thing coming up.
For what?
Like in the fall or whatever with the.
Oh yeah, well, for the pool, which we'll get eventually.
Probably Greg gonna disappear. He disappeared last fall.
We'll get
Yeah.
it eventually. So we're gonna get our little bit. So he's out here. I'm like, ooh, let me show the vacuum while you're doing it. So it's been charging, and it takes like literally an hour.
So what do you got here?
This was cut down. This was after I cut down a lot of it. They made her viewers watch this pool toy for at least 25 minutes.
Barely. See, look at this. So look at this thing. So it's a tank.
Yep. It's heavy. It's not. It's not. The one thing that I noticed right away: rubber wheels.
Rubber wheels.
Over the
Plastic.
over the plastic.
Yeah, because they're kind of cheesy.
And help me here. Do they supply replacement wheels?
You can. You can't.
Awesome.
It's not with it, but you can order them. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, because the pebble tech, when this thing is going up walls and
Yeah.
things, you're
That's quite a belly, Greg. Quite the belly.
gonna get some slippage.
Sure.
Some drags.
Look at this. It's like some heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good rubber drums with beaters on it, which is
Yeah.
awesome because you know the beaters will flex and get in.
Right.
What I'm noticing right here.
Rubber drums with the beaters on it, and what I'm noticing right here. Greg, shut up. How many people do you think watching you actually have a pool, first of all? And then second of all, how many people do you think are watching for you and your fat head talking about Pebble Tech and beaters?
Just by tipping it up and looking at it, is that the wheels are gear driven. So it's a gear drive system, and it looks like all 4 of them are gear
that
driven.
way.
So it's like an all-wheel drive kind of thing,
Yep.
which is really cool.
And
It's got like your
I just had to stop it just to look at him for a second. Greg, if you don't look at yourself and just shake your head in disappointment, shame on you. Amy, if you don't look at Greg and shake your head in disappointment, shame on you.
standard charging port on the side.
And on this side, yeah.
Yeah, with the nice little rubber dust cover on there, or waterproof coverage.
And my other one, just show a nice little comparison to why this one's a little bit better. So this one, I think a lot of you, I've shared this with a lot of you because I'm like, it did work for what it was.
Well, it's awesome, and I'm gonna put it right in the garage.
You're gonna keep it in the garage. 'Cause-
Yeah, so
He's going to keep it a piece of trash.
I'm gonna tuck it away in the garage and keep it because it's been a workhorse, and we
It's been a workhorse, unlike Greg.
had no
It's
problem.
like a child.
She has gotten more use out of that pool tool than Greg, though, since I've been watching her. He is right about that. She has definitely used that item more than than Greg's been useful in the last 3 years. He is right about that.
That's why keep it for the rest of your life because one day we might need it.
No, it's more akin to like the extra bolts that you get from when you
Right.
get a new piece of furniture.
I don't
All the extra bolts that fall out of the things you guys don't put together properly, you mean, Greg?
know.
look, they gave us three
I don't know
spares.
Look how he's standing. What is wrong with you, Greg?
about that.
Greg would say, "What
Look at him.
can I do with that in the future? I'm gonna need that."
Why don't you worry about future Greg and ask if he would like to look like you look right now? If he would like to be recovering from a quadruple bypass? Like, why don't you, and Amy, you too, think about future Greg and Amy for once? Because you guys, look at you right now. Do you think that future Greg and future Amy want to look like you guys look right now in this picture? I'm not saying this to be mean to you because I don't care about you or future you. I want to know why you don't care about you or future you. How can you get on a platform, a social media platform, and portray yourself as these clowns that don't care about yourself? You guys are being clowns for a little bit of money and you're giving away your future. How? Why? And you're selling your children right along with your own self. It's really, really disgusting.
I'll put it in a bucket. Amy will be like, no, you have extra. Throw it in the garbage.
That's right. Then you won't have some place to store it.
Get out of this, guys. You know, you get like all your particulates and like this white stuff.
All your particulates.
I'm pretty convinced that that's just salt that's kind of clumped.
It's probably not the baking powder that your wife threw in the pool by handfuls when you're supposed to mix it in with water. It's probably not that crystallized, but you wouldn't even know that because you don't know anything about pools. But you thought you could rebuild one, and you think you can keep one maintained.
Undissolved salt.
Sure.
We seem to pick up a lot of that because it is a saltwater pool.
Right.
You know, so you get pieces of salt here and there. But it gets your...
Okay, so see, we put it in an angle, so it kind of came down at an angle, and
There are bricks everywhere. Everywhere.
then right in the corner here it hits.
And when she recorded this and put it out, when she recorded this, she recorded it 7 days early. When she put it out, it was right before that hurricane. So right before the hurricane, she's posting videos with bricks all over. If I were her neighbors, I would be terrified of everything she has that can become a projectile during that hurricane.
Turned its way around and went back the other angle and did
Like
the same thing.
mowing grass.
It's like mowing grass. It does better than mowing grass, or better than me mowing grass. They saw me cutting it where I missed a bunch. I'm like, I'm good. It's okay. I'm not looking to finish. It took forever, which not complaining.
Ow, I
Finally,
literally ran for what?
Took forever. I'm not complaining.
Almost 3 hours.
3 hours outside, which is crazy. So I was like, it's all done. So you just take the little hook on it.
Okay, I'm brand new at getting
Brand
it.
Did he get another shirt and it's even tighter? It's just as tight? Like, Greg, do you have any shirts that fit you?
You're getting the hook out.
Just hook it right on that front lip right there.
Pop it up.
Yeah, you can also grab it.
With your hand.
I'm almost convinced that Amy is running a foot fetish on this channel. Amy always makes sure she shows close-ups of all of their feet, including her children. I would not be shocked to see that in her DMs, she gets foot fetish DMs, nasty foot fetish DMs, and it makes sense for her to keep showing them, so she'll keep getting views and keep getting whatever she's getting from it, because she shows the children's feet a lot. Not even their body, just their feet. And we all know that there are weirdos out in the world that like weird things, and Amy's got those big gigantic stompers. Shame on you, Amy. You shouldn't show any part of your children. Exploitation is exploitation, and your children have to grow up in this world with all of these videos you're putting online of them.
Like, see this ledge that I'm on?
Yeah.
You can also grab it under, like right under where the rollers are.
Okay, and pull it
And it
out.
gives it.
Amy's been doing this for 3 years, Greg. She does not need you to tell her how to do it. 3 years. While you were gone and shacked up in Florida, she was doing this on the other pool in North Carolina. Trust us. We saw it.
A good positive place to pull it out of there.
Truth be told, what's in the back?
Oh, I can see there's already
We're not
material
even faking
on the
this.
front of it.
You didn't even open this up, put stuff in there.
Oh, we're not faking it?
No,
This time?
Look at.
No, you're not faking it like you guys fake your whole life. That stuff in there, that is because you tore glass tiles off of the wall and threw baking soda in the pool by the handful. Like, you guys don't know how to maintain a pool. You need to just get a pool guy. It's easy.
Look at all that
Okay.
junk
Our
in
pool's
there.
not super dirty, but look at all that. See that, like how it's all the fine piece
Oh,
on there?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of
Tiny
little grass
rock pieces
clippings.
and
And,
stuff from, that just like the pool on the bottom.
Yep.
That's tech, so awesome.
That's what we all want to see, a close-up of your nitty-gritty pool. Next, they're going to show us their shower drain.
And then you just rinse it out.
look at all that. Yeah, so that's pretty much.
Greg's really becoming a vital part of the channel, right, guys? Pretty soon she's going to come out and be like, I can't do it without him. My channel's growing and I need him to be a part of it. And it's just that we can afford it. And he's going to stay home with me and he's going to help me on the channel.
Let's just start rinsing it from the inside. And then once I've got everything on the inside loose, then a little bit heavier with the pressure. The lid just,
Goes in.
yeah, snip, plugs into these.
He shows us this twice. I cut out the other time. Greg, put some lotion on your hand, buddy. It's real dry.
Little openings here. And then just snap it down.
That's it.
And then back in we go.
Back
Ready
in
for
and then
ready
put-
for next.
And then we just put it on the now. My kids probably love it, but what I'm gonna do is put some out. We'll heat it up when we eat it. I'm not gonna open Jensen's because I want to see if he actually even wants the cheese before I waste this packet because they're like a little bit more. So if he wants it, then awesome. If not, I will just put this back. So this will be good. I'm going to chop up an onion, a green pepper, and a tomato, and some lettuce. And those will be my toppings for everything. And then I've got a bag, and then let's just do that. Let's do the veggies and the cheese first, okay? And then put them in containers and freeze them. Freezing this cheese, it doesn't change. Price has definitely gone up. I don't even know what it is now. Probably $10 a can. They used to be like $7 a can, I think. So it's all good. It's all good. You can also make it yourself. I don't know. A little more in depth for me. I'll just purchase it. Maybe I feel like cheese is the same high price, so to make it, I don't know, whatever you want to do for your family, but we'll just put it in a can, and it will stretch it. I know, things you can do if you have to for a party or something, but oops, a little full. It's just plenty cheese.
Nobody needs this much cheese, Amy. You don't need this cheese. Your kids definitely don't need this cheese. They always have stomach aches. I wonder why, Amy. I wonder why your kids always have stomach aches.
Probably should put these in one more, but I knew it would make a whole one. So this is a lot more right here. I will use this, and then whatever is left over, I'll probably end up freezing that. So this will be good. We'll keep this up today. I'll leave Jensen's out. Great. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals. For if not, there's ranch. They like ranch on it too. Easy. It's a way to easily make things.
So ranch or cheese sauce, both horribly calorific and not good for you.
And what I'm going to do is, I have watermelon that was in my refrigerator. I'm going to cut that up because we can definitely eat that. And I'm going to squish nacho chips. You can use the no-names.
She's going to squish them up, guys. And you better buy the cheap ones because she's not letting anybody enjoy a chip in her house but herself and probably Greg.
I'm going to squeeze up one bag, and if I need to get more, I will definitely open another bag. So a good thing. And then you have your haystack. You just layer it on your plate, make it however you want. It's delicious. So I'm going to crush that. That watermelon is so good. Remember the last few years where I've like complained about watermelon?
When do you not complain about everything, Amy?
It's so yucky. This is good watermelon. Nothing fuzzy, nothing's like good.
Yeah, if you cut them, Amy, before they rot, they don't get fuzzy. That's called mold.
Just like good watermelon. So this I'm going to leave out because we'll eat from this. It'll be good. I'm going to clean up my kitchen real fast so I can start the rest of my day. This is how things go. I either get up early and do something else, or, get myself house together, then start school, then make...
Get myself house together. Get myself house together. Amy, there's this thing on your camera. I notice Amy always reaches up. If you guys notice, she reaches up to pause it. She reaches up to stop it every single time. That, my friends, is how Amy edits her videos. You'll notice she doesn't actually edit. She just stops it and starts it right where she reaches up because Amy is lazy. She also doesn't fix anything. If she says something wrong, she doesn't correct herself. She doesn't go back. She doesn't re-record. Amy is a one-shot pony. She finishes it first try. And if it's crap, she keeps it because she knows her viewers, the ones that are her dedicated viewers, they'll watch it even if she doesn't put in any effort. And that is not right. Why? Why should she not put in effort for people that put in effort to watch her? Amy, shame on you for treating your viewers that way.
But today I had to make the food first. It's done now. I think the only thing I'm going to do is make some lemonade, which I will do as I clean up my counters. I'm going to wash the dishes in the
full sugar lemonade.
sink. The dishwasher's full, and there won't be very much to put away. Great day. A very good day, I feel like. So just wiping up my kitchen counter here, and then I looked over and realized.
Look at that. That is a moldy pineapple because she just leave it on the counter.
I pulled out the pineapple. I had this over in my butler's pantry, and I'm like, I have to use this up. It's going to go bad. So I will cut one up for today. Just leave it out for to eat. And then tomorrow, okay, I'm done in my kitchen. I don't do anything more in there. Everything's wiped down. Good. So for me personally, this is my own personal opinion, I love the Norwex a window cloth. And that is, like, if I were someone said, what kind of Norwex stuff would you get? I would buy yourself an Enviro cloth right here. First, use this for everything.
Okay. So we can all go and read about Norwex. You can all make your own opinion on having silver in your microfiber cloth. You can all decide if the silver is going to scratch your appliances. You can all decide if it is going to help you clean your counters better. Everybody can decide that. But what I want to say is this lady has the nerve to care about chemicals, cleaning chemicals, when she feeds her kids that chemical-laden slurry cheese. Like, lady, get out of here. Your kids don't even eat real food, and you're worried about what you wash your windows with or your mirror. Get out of here. Windex is the least of your worries. Your kids eat actual prison food. Come on now, Amy Maryon.
It cleans, it scrubs. You just can use water with it. It's recommended only use natural stuff because these are amazing. I use this one specifically. I like the gray ones. The gray ones we use, I wipe everything down. I just like the way it cleans. It does good. It wipes my counters off. I will scrub a wall with this. I will do anything with this. I did use it in my bathroom for the longest time. I had one for my tub and sink, and then I had one for the toilet. Yeah, I know, call me crazy. And then she recommended using certain colors for certain things. Like I had a brown colored one reminding you of like pee pee poopy. And
She had a brown one for the pee-pee poopy. Imagine being a 50-year-old educator talking about you had a brown rag for the pee-pee poo-poo.
here it comes. You'll get your cloth, you use it for a while, and you're like, why does it start to stink? What is the smell? Why does it smell bad? Because your other washcloths, they will stink after a while. I know they do. Sponges stink, right? So what happens is, like, I use dish soap. I don't use all natural. If you don't use all natural stuff, this is going to happen. Or they just get built up with gunk. So
all natural stuff like the food you eat, right, Amy? Why do you care what chemicals you use when you don't care what your kids ingest? Like, this is the countertop. You care more about the countertop than the inside of the guts of your children and husband. Something's wrong with you, Amy. Like, mentally, something is really wrong with you.
So take them, put them in a pot of boiling water, and boil them.
And she takes them and puts them in a pot of boiling water together. The pee-pee, poo-poo, brown one, goes in with the kitchen one. And then she wipes her kitchen off.
Sometimes I put the ultra clean laundry detergent if they're really dirty in there. Other times just boiling hot water, and it'll boil. You will see it stripped out. You'll see your pot of water is all disgusting because it strips out
And then she cooks with the pot.
all the nasty. You can see I have a lot. I have most of them. I usually buy the same color. I don't know, just for easy.
And these things are expensive. She gets them for free. She doesn't buy them, guys. They send her these so she'll talk about them, and then you will buy them. Don't be fooled. Amy does not pay for these. Amy can also write them off on her tax return because she's showing them on a video and it's part of the business. Don't be fooled. Amy does not pay for these things. And if she were to have to pay for them, she would not pay for them because Amy is a cheapskate. She would get them at the dollar store or something. Don't be fooled by Amy and her lies.
To keep track of. I bought a couple months ago. They had a party, so I got some, and then my girlfriend sent me one. So I love these now. I do have, and like, here's the window cloth. Here's a window cloth. I got these. I think I bought a set of things when I moved in here. Do we use it often? No. I have these ones are good. These are from Rada. See, the string's coming out. It's okay, but like, yeah, my number one favorite. Let's go for number one. Blueberry cinnamon.
Now coffee. And this is already ground coffee. Amy, grow up. Get yourself a grinder and a real coffee. Why don't you drink some espresso if you love coffee so much?
Crumble. Love it, love it, love it. Now I don't.
And you didn't love it too much because you didn't buy it. You waited for them to send you a big package. You bought Folgers, Amy, with your free money. You'll take anything free. You don't love this coffee. Why don't you be honest? If you had to purchase this coffee, you don't purchase it. You go to the store and you purchase other kinds. We've seen you. Since you moved, you've been purchasing other coffee. You know why? Because this coffee wasn't free and you weren't going to pay for it. Amy only accepts free items. Don't buy this coffee thinking that she loves it. Amy gets this coffee because it's free.
I have blueberry coffee creamer here yet. I have yet to find it. I know some people in Florida have it, so.
Complaining about the coffee creamer. Wham, wham, wham.
Step away, and God reminded me to say this. For those of you that are watching this video today and you're seeing me do a ton of different things, a lot of different things, you're like, wow, she can get so much done in her day. Take note, this is just one day. This is one day you're.
Take note that this is just one day, guys, and she only shows you clips and she doesn't really do anything. Take note. God had her say that today because she knew she was lying. She acts like she does so much, but half of these clips are multiple days clipped together because Amy can't do a lot of things in one day. She would rather lay in her bed and scroll through her phone and get other people's accounts canceled because she lies about copyright. Amy is a habitual, that means she lies as a habit, a habitual liar.
I'm getting snippets of my day, not the entire day, so I'm doing things off camera as well. But
what are you doing off camera, Amy? Besides going to the bathroom, going potty and pee-pee, you don't do anything off camera. You record everything because you exploit your life for money. This is how you pay your bills, is exploiting yourself and your children and your husband.
Today is a good day. I'm getting a lot of things accomplished that I can share with you. Yesterday, I felt like I did things, but I felt like by the end of the day, I still had tons.
She makes like chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches and hamburgers on the grill and thinks she did something. For the first day of school, they had chicken nuggets. Second day, chicken sandwiches. Third day, hamburgers. Fourth day, walking tacos. Like, this lady doesn't do anything. She doesn't cook. Everything is processed and non-cooked. She doesn't do anything. Anybody who thinks she does something, it's because you see her record. That's called consistency in recording, not being a homemaker.
The laundry in the living room. There's a little pile out there. The table's still full. There was dishes in the sink. So don't be hard on yourself if not every day is like a ton of things done. I feel like whatever day I filmed my first day of school, I'm like, it was like 20-minute long video. I'm like, wow, I did like nothing this day. And I'm like about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, I just need a break. I need a break. And I literally sat over there on the couch. I went and got,
She already told us on the day that she took the break that she sat for 20 minutes and scrolled on her phone. She is literally using the same stories over and over and over again as content because she has nothing.
Drink soda very often. I don't mind it. I just don't love it. I do, but not like I have to have.
She doesn't love it, but she hides it under her bed and has refrigerators full of them.
So I went and got myself a burners, and I sat over there and just drank some burners and scrolled on my phone for about 20 minutes. I'm going to go over here.
Stop scrolling on your phone and comparing yourself to other people, Amy. It's never going to help you.
Put my stuff away real fast, and then kids are getting up, moving, and then we're going to sit and do school for a little bit. Okay, we're doing school, and lo and behold, look what happened. Bring your lawnmower through the house. It's so.
I'm only going to say it one more time. You guys are idiots. On the bottom of that lawnmower are things that you do not want in the inside of your house. You can wipe that stupid smile off your stupid face because all you're doing is endangering yourself and your children. You are not smart. Jaden is not smart. And Greg is the least smart of you all because he understands what could be out there and what is potentially in the grass and on those wheels that you are dragging through your house. And then you drag it into your bed off of your dirty little stompers. You guys have mental problems to think that this is okay. You're lazy and it is disgusting. Your house is worse than people who let their dogs run outside and then run all over the house and then people complain about that. This is a lawnmower, lady. A lawnmower. And you walk around in your house barefoot.
Hey, everyone.
Who else allows that? Yeah, like Jane did this.
She's going to tell us again it was Jaden's idea. She makes sure she tells everybody it was Jaden's idea. So when you say how dumb it is, you're saying Jaden's dumb. Well, Jaden is dumb, Amy, because she was raised by you. She's an 18-year-old who has no actual education at all. She is an idiot like her mother and her father who think it's okay to take a used lawnmower and wheel it through the house where people walk around barefoot.
One time because like our house, we have a fence.
This is hilarious.
But we have a fence.
This isn't hilarious. You know what's hilarious is you in that nasty little swimsuit.
So it's like you have to open the fence to go out of the garage. The garage isn't open from the outside. Snack and grab some watermelon on the way out.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to finish doing school. He's outside doing work. So our day is going very well. We're getting everything we need to get done. So we've been, Greg's outside taking care of the yard, cutting grass, and taking care of the pool and stuff, and then the rain started. So pouring rain for just a few
Why didn't he make you cut it this time?
minutes, but it's almost done. And then kids and I in here, we did our school. We're doing...
By did school, she means she read the 3rd grade book to them for 20 minutes. That's them doing school now, guys.
Getting, like, I only do school 4 days a week, so I take one day off. The other day we're doing hands-on things, and then they do their own, and they came over this way, and then they do their own individual stuff, like some reading and certain papers and stuff, but our group stuff is only going to be the 4 days a week. So it's been good. We just finished the Llama book. We're starting on this new book. We're doing this one, Number the Stars, which was good because we just went to that art museum, and they were talking about the Holocaust and that, so I thought that would be really good.
Her kids are 11, 12, 13, 14, and 16, and 18. 11, 12, 13, and 14. Nobody in her house needs to be reading that book, let alone having their mother read it out loud to them. Her 11-year-old is supposed to be in 6th grade. 6th grade. That is not learning to read, lady. That is not learning basic multiplication, lady.
But it was good. So everybody just kind of cleaned up our area. The school stuff's going to sit out, I guess. So we're going to need something over here, some kind of storage for school, but eventually. So I am going to, the kids are doing their chores. I wrote a list for everybody to do, what they have to take care of, and then we're going to go to the beach. We're waiting for a little bit.
Chores for her kids are stay away from me.
seems like about 3:30, 4 o'clock we should be good because the breeze will be going, the waves will be looking good. It'll be a great day for the boogie board. So
Amy's an expert on weather. They're already in the tide. About 3 or 4 o'clock, the waves should be going and the breeze should be going and we should be good for the boogie boards. Let's see if Amy's right.
they're cleaning up, doing their thing. Then they're going to put away laundry, clean the living room, they clean upstairs. At the beach, getting the boogie boards. He's got a boogie board right here. That's a good thing. We're just walking out. I heard a bunch of gunshots.
Amy and her gunshots. Why are you so afraid of Florida, Amy? I thought those were your people. You are Florida, woman.
Somebody with nail guns.
So we got our little boogie boards and then the rain dropped and now it's like...
Yeah, might as well be walking on the sun. Greg looked like he is trying out for Smash Mouth's new lead singer. Look at him.
Now it's like very
as flat as could be.
The what? Private little beach in Florida.
Yeah, Amy, the waves are really going.
Beautiful.
Some big old waves there, Amy.
Right there. I'm not going to do that. That's called break your neck is what it is.
Jump on it from behind it, and not sideways. There you go.
So they are doing their skimming across.
She made sure she showed the kids, though, so anybody that has a foot fetish can log in and see a bunch of underage children playing at the beach. Way to exploit your children, Amy, for views. Make sure you get those extra views.
Across the water, so that to me is a little. I'm going to just work on I'll be digging in this, looking for some. All right, we got rain done. Look at rain at the beach. Not yet. No, it's not thundering, so we're going to try. Just cover the electronics. We just survived the storm. It like poured rain on us, and it was great fun. It felt like hail.
She's like playing in the rain, in the water, out by the tide, right before a hurricane. It's almost like she's trying to lose a child to the ocean.
But it was more at storm. So now we're back to the show. No, I'm going to show him. So we gotta go back in the water and go out to where Stephen was. He's like, no, right here, searching the front with all the tiny broken shells.
We were just having the most amazing
So I was
time.
out there
It
wandering
was
in
so
the water.
relaxing. We were sitting on our...
Why do you guys talk over each other? Let her finish talking before you start talking, and vice versa. Shut up, Greg. Shut up. Let her finish talking. And Amy, when Greg is talking, shut your stupid mouth and let him talk. I am so sick of hearing you guys argue and fight for a moment of peace to talk. Let her tell the story. Greg, she started it.
But kind of digging in the sand looking for shells. Amy just...
I looked over.
Like literally comes out of that. I think her feet cleared the water. And she's like, and starts taking off. And I'm like, what? Where are you going?
It looked like a cow snap.
It's like a bunch of freaking animals that can't speak trying to tell a story.
Coming out of the water and like exhaling out the water. Oh my gosh. So yeah, manatee. It was like 10 feet from us.
Yeah, so there's something huge out there. I don't know if it's a manatee or... I guess it would be only a manatee, right? Because you said you saw like a hippo looking...
A big snout. Yes, a snout. Amy, you didn't even know what you saw. It's probably a shark.
Yeah, and it was funny because the kids were out there walking, and I told Brooklyn, I said, what's that dark stuff like out there? She's like, what, water, Mom? I'm like, no, pass me.
Yeah.
She's like, water, and that is the area they were in.
Yeah, totally in. But it's hard to see because that black looks like it's sort of everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was exciting.
But yeah, like, so it was like...
Right there.
Literally right there. When we were...
I don't believe you, Amy. I don't believe that you saw a manatee. I think you're a liar.
when we were over at...
Why didn't you get it on camera? You got everything else on camera, didn't you?
Cortez?
Yeah, you said you saw one
We
too.
were out there by that thing.
And you too, Greg. I don't think you saw one either. It was right by you, huh?
It literally came up and splashed next to me.
But I didn't see
it. It was probably 5 feet away from me. Like, I want to get scuba. I want to get snorkel and a good mask so bad. So I can see all this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Because like when we come out here, you can see like little jellyfish.
Imagine Greg. He'll look like the manatee out there snorkeling.
Shooting off. And I would love to like just kind of stealthy sneak out here and then put a mask on and be able to actually see them.
Where, like, I feel like right there. Yeah, so that was a little,
Would he give us like a warning shot, you think?
and they're like friendly, right? You're not supposed to
They're friendly, right?
touch them. And I won't touch one. Trust me, I won't touch one.
I know you won't.
I was just like, is that where they're at?
I won't touch one. Why do they act like that? Amy, you're not cute when you're around your husband. You try to act cute. You're not cute. You're a 50-year-old ugly, large woman who acts like a grifter. It's not cute. Stop acting like that.
Yeah, you can see them shadows moving around every once in a while.
So like there's all the dark,
I literally think they're like right
there.
Sometimes I think that they are just on something when they're on these videos. Just high on something other than life.
I feel like they're right there, which is,
I bet you there's a family.
So that was great experience.
He bets there's a family and a baby just like last time because every manatee comes with a baby.
Experience of fun at the beach, but look at the wow, look at the sun is coming out.
Yeah. And there I was.
Look
I was
at
like, honey, are you crazy? And then all of a sudden,
Oh my goodness.
whole face comes
I
shooting
just
out of
ran. I
the
was
water.
like, he's like, what? Like, I'm not even speaking. I'm just gonna keep going. So
Do you watch these back, Amy? When you edit these, this is how you act.
much. You didn't even say it. I did not let go. Get me out of the water as fast as I can. That was like so freaky.
You notice that Amy never kisses Greg. Amy never holds Greg or touches him or runs her hands through his hair. And she all but pulls away from him when he does it to her.
So, how fun. Okay, so that was exciting news today. The clamshell and the pig snout.
Yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, you know, people.
It wasn't a pig snout, Amy. It's called a manatee. And they do not have anything that even looks like a pig snout. If you look at a manatee, they have a nose, yes. But it does not look like a pig nose at all. Do you know what a pig looks like, Amy?
People are all out in the water.
Everybody's out in the water, I know.
You just get used to seeing them and being in the water with
With
them.
them,
I mean,
it's
I know this is their habitat.
Well,
you
yeah.
know.
It looks like the master of finding stuff. Look at this. This is what? Looks like a petrified papaya or
Yeah,
something.
I don't think it's coconut, but
No,
it looks like a papaya.
Look at that, it's a pelican out there. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. What a great day. So today's been an awesome day. Great day, babe?
Amazing.
Amazing day. Greatest thing for me was to see a pig snout in the water. Man, sick people. That was exciting. The kids are loving it. Seeing like Steven's down there right now, trying to break open some some kind of pod.
Yeah,
Whatever
it
that
almost
was.
looks like a cacao pod.
Okay, whatever that is, yeah.
Like a cocoa pod or
yeah,
whatever.
whatever that is. So,
What was that, Amy? That is why your husband left you the first time. And I'll call you out every time I see it. He said it was a cacao pod. And you said, yeah, whatever that is. And he said, you know, like a cocoa pod. Yeah, whatever that is. When you speak to your husband like that, it demeans him. There was no reason for you to speak to him like that. Whatever your reason for being short was, you were hot, you were tired, you were ready to go home and eat. He was right. It probably is a cacao pod. And you felt like an idiot because you had no idea what it was. And he did. And you were jealous. And so you said, yeah, whatever that was, to shut him down because he sounded smarter on your channel than you did. And you don't like that. Next time, Amy, keep your big, dumb mouth shut if you don't know what something is and let Greg say something. Maybe he did know what it was. Why can't you and Greg ever let each other just talk?
okay,
Yeah,
so
but it could be a mango. We're gonna Google Lens it and find
Let's
out.
see what it is. So we're gonna go head home now. Everybody's starving. We all voted. Everybody's ready to go. We want walking tacos. So
It was like the most peaceful night ever.
great end to our day.
Oh, and then kind of fun, the drama of the rain coming down.
Yeah.
We got rained on so hard.
Why do you pet her like that? It's awkward. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to see it. It's nice if you love your wife, but you pet her like she's a dog. Like she's not your dog. She's a woman. Stop petting her. It's rude. I am a woman and I don't like the way you pet her. Like she doesn't like it either. She pulls away from you 90% of the time. Stop petting her. It's rude.
So
But we didn't give up.
we didn't. We stayed.
hung in there.
We stayed and went through it. Stood under a boogie board. So I think we're
We
gonna
have
go
the
to
She was like speaking to us and your hand is as big as her face and you're like wiping her face. Why don't you wipe that thing off of her brow? If you're going to help her out, wipe her brow for her. She's got something on it. You would just want to rub on her the way you want to rub on her because you want to act like you own her. Is it because you're jealous of the people that are the feet fetish people in her DMs? What's up, Greg? Is that why you left the first time? Because Amy has feet fetish people in the DMs and you got jealous?
work tomorrow. So tomorrow we gotta go back. We gotta go shopping.
Yeah.
We got food to make
We
tomorrow.
just got the little cheap ones to see if they like it or
Yeah.
whatever, but
They like it.
Yeah, they like them so much that they broke them.
They're staring at me right now. They're like, let's go home. Okay, let's
All right,
go.
let's get these
Here we
guys.
go. So have a great, fantastic day. See you around.
Thanks for coming to the beach.
Hey guys, hope you're
And that was it. So that video was an hour and a half long, guys, and I cut it down to 22 boring minutes. Amy, you know how to even make the Florida beach look like hell. Anyways, most of it was probably Greg touching all over you. I can't even imagine having that slimy man touch all over me like that. More power to you, Amy. Anyway, we are catching up to Amy. We have 2 more videos than the one she did today. So I will see you guys in the next video. Be there or be square. Have a great day, neighbors. Bye.